this is That Exciting Dude, and welcome to That Exciting Dude Sports. Alright, on this sports channel, let me cover the ground rules. As always, I'm gonna have fun. I might joke around, I might rip on people. Who doesn't do it in sports? Second rule, I don't know how much I'm going to talk about basketball or baseball. I might talk about them, but those are not a main sport of my interest. But if I'm going to cover sports, I want to touch on them a little bit here and there, just to let you know. So with that said, college football, NFL, and the NHL are my main choice of subjects for the sports. But like I said, I will cover basketball and baseball. So, to start this, let's talk about the NFL today. And the news that I'll be covering, now it's not exactly news that maybe came out today, maybe it came out last week, maybe it did come out today, but it's not super old. So, let's get into this first topic. As we are in August and NFL is upon us, the preseason has just finished their first week of NFL games, and fantasy football is getting ready to really kick off. A lot of people have already probably drafted, some wait a little bit. So we're going to talk fantasy football for the first topic. So we're going to talk about sleepers and bust. And the first one is we're going to cover QBs. Wait a minute, hold on a second. We're talking sports. We're missing something. Hold on a sec. Good stuff. Alright, back to talking about fantasy football. I'm going to first talk about sleepers and bust. So, a lot of critics out there are saying for your bust, you have Tom Brady with the New England Patriots. Okay, that's an interesting one. He seems to always do well in most of his games. Yeah, he has a few games where he doesn't exactly throw them fantasy points your way, but he's pretty solid. But we'll see this year. Another one is Drew Brees with New Orleans Saints. Again, another great player. Yes, like Tom Brady, he's been in the NFL for a while. Again, he always puts up good throwing numbers. So, we will see what happens this year. Now, as far as a sleeper, we have a Kyler Murray with the Arizona Cardinals. Another sleeper is Jameis Winston for the Tampa Bay Bucks. On to the running backs. A bust is Leonard Fournette for the Jacksonville Jaguars. A bust, another one, is Le'Veon Bell, the New York Jets. Now you know, we all know the stunt that he pulled last year. So, what did he play in, like 4 or 5 games? I don't remember exactly off the top of my head. Because he was being an idiot. Another running back for a sleeper is Tavon Coleman for San Francisco. Wide receivers. Sammy Watkins with Kansas City Chiefs. Supposedly going to be a bust. And a bonus fact to let you know, I didn't list it with the QBs, but another one that's been slowly surfacing is Patrick Mahomes, also with Kansas City, and how he's going to be a bust. So it's kind of like a combo duo bust for a fantasy, or it could be a combo killer deal. Another bust for a wide receiver is Jarvis Landry with the Cleveland Browns. And then a sleeper is Christian Kirk with the Arizona Cardinals. Now, where I'm getting these from, I'm not going to tell you if it's from ESPN, from NFL, from like sports news or whatever, CBS, Fox, Yahoo. I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus. I'm pulling from all sources. So there's not one that goes with the other and it's in cahoots. So it's just a combination of everything. Because again, I'm just going to take everything, I'm going to throw a little your way. We're going to have a great time. Alright. As I have a tickle in my throat. Tight ends. Bust. Eric LeBron for the Indianapolis Colts. It's hard to say. I mean, he's a solid player. I think I had him on my fantasy team last year, and he wasn't too bad. Like anyone, some players have awesome games, and some have a few busts. But we will see. The sleeper is Mark Andrews for Baltimore Ravens. In other news, college sports, let's talk about some top games. I just threw away the sheet with the official top games. So here in Michigan, we're going to talk about, I call it the three major sports teams in the area, which is Michigan, Michigan State, and Notre Dame. As you can tell, I'm a Notre Dame fan. Michigan, they're going to play Middle Tennessee on August 31st. So tune in, if you're a Michigan fan, to watch that and see how the Wolverines take on their opponent. Michigan State is going to take on Tulsa August 30th. Again, Michigan State, see how they do. I think they were pretty rough last year. Then you have Notre Dame, and they start out playing Louisville. I believe that's an August 31st game. I thought I wrote it down, but I did not. So, fantasy football and college football for today. And the sidekick news of today is, believe it or not, Wacky Sports upload for right now is going to be, there's a chess boxing sports out there. Now, I read a little bit into this, and what they do is there's two boxers that they play chess intensely for like 2 minutes, and then I guess a bell rings or something, and then they get up and they box, and then I think a bell rings again, and then they go back to intensely thinking about the next chess move. Very interesting. Look it up. It's a real thing. Alright. In this next segment, now next segment meaning it's going to be the next clip, I'm going to talk about sports cards. So, first I want to show you this Goodwin Champions. I was at the store the other day and I saw this, and I was like, that looks interesting. Now remember, I'm not a basketball person, so when you look at this, Michael Jordan is on the front. So I first really looked at it. Like I looked at it, I looked at it, I looked at it, except for this corner right here. Oh, look at that. There's a basketball player. I don't know if you can see that. But it says collect the biggest names in sports. So I'm like, it has to cover everything. Alright, as I was saying before I was interrupted, hence why I need to get a boom with a mic. It would drown out the telephone call that happened. So as I was saying, I don't know what's in here, but I looked up on YouTube a few videos, and there's just a bunch of random stuff that are in it. But I'm thinking I'm gonna still give it a shot. We're gonna see what we get. And that's box number 1. Box number 2 is 2018-19, 2020 MVP hockey. Now this came out last week, so it's pretty brand new for the hockey. I know it didn't go. These don't go with the theme of today, which I talked about football. But like I said, this is sports. These are sports. So stay tuned for the next episode where we unbox these two. And remember, this is That Exciting Dude. Comment below, subscribe, pass this on to your friends, and have a drink.